of our cosmic origins. Located high in the Andes mountain range, the 66 antennas that make up the Atacama Large Millimeter Submillimeter Array, ALMA, are an imposing sight. Under one sky, more than 20 countries embark upon a scientific endeavor that can only be realized through collaboration. North America, Europe, East Asia, and Chile work together to answer humankind's fundamental questions. Northern Chile was chosen as the site for ALMA because the Atacama Desert is the driest in the world. Its atmosphere, almost devoid of water vapor, enables detection of some of the faintest signals from the universe. Over 16,500 feet above sea level and covering distances of up to 10 miles of the Chajnantor Plateau, the ALMA antennas work as a single large telescope. A supercomputer combines and synchronizes all of their signals in real time. Thanks to this engineering and scientific feat, we're learning about the cold universe, the secrets of planet formation, and the chemical elements that constitute the building blocks of life. Professionals from around the world work for ALMA, pushing the limits of knowledge every day. In Chile, about 50 staff members are based in Santiago, while another 200 work in shifts at the Operations Support Facility close to the town of San Pedro de Atacama. Most of the staff works in the offices, laboratories, and antenna control room of this facility at an altitude of 9,500 feet. Others ascend to the Chajnantor Plateau at 16,500 feet to maintain and relocate the antennas, among other tasks. Strict safety protocols are crucial under these conditions. Thanks to leisure and residential facilities, staff can lead a healthy lifestyle, playing sports and games, watching movies, enjoying nutritious meals, and resting in comfort. ALMA plays a key role in global astronomical efforts. Along with other radio telescopes, it allowed the first image of a black hole to be captured. Without ALMA, that goal would have been unattainable. The Chilean astronomical community actively participates in ALMA research and discoveries, using its 10% of observing time. The radio telescope also contributes to workforce development and supports national and regional scientific, technological, and outreach projects. An example of the latter are the thousands of visitors who tour the facilities each year. ALMA respects the local Licanantay or Atacameño indigenous culture, supporting educational and other projects in the town of Toconao and San Pedro de Atacama, preserving archaeological heritage sites, and protecting the unique flora and fauna of the region, to name a few initiatives. Mirroring the antennas that work in unison with one goal, under the same sky, the international collaboration that ALMA embodies continues the search of our cosmic origins.
Hi everyone, welcome to another virtual tour of ALMA. My name is Thais Mandiola, I'm a visitor coordinator at the observatory. Thank you for joining us today. We will have great and special guests. In this case, that will tell us especially about the photo ambassadors, the people that are in charge of giving us the experience of seeing these amazing images of the observatory, the surroundings, flora, fauna, and astrophotography too. But before we start, it is important that we clarify that at this moment, and for almost 2 years now, there are no visits to the observatory due to the pandemic. And actually, it's not 100% operational ALMA either. So, well, our interviews will tell us a little bit more about this, okay? So let me introduce you to Pablo Carrillo and Pablo Bello. They're both our guests today, our photo ambassadors. Hola, Pablo Carrillo. Hola, Pablo Bello.
Hi, Thais.
Hi, how are you?
Hi there.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks.
So you're on site, Pablo, no? Pablo Carrillo.
Yeah, I'm on shift, and my partner Pablo is on his obliged rest days or something like that. Then you
I'm
can
supposed
just
to be
tell
on
us a
shift
little bit.
these days, but they send me home.
Okay, good. Yeah, so before we go into us knowing more about these pictures that you take and that you share with all the community, it would be great to hear how was your journey to get to ALMA? What did you study and what is your position in ALMA? What are your duties, etc.? So Pablo Carrillo, if you could start, please, telling us about that.
Yeah, of course. So the path to get here, well, was really interesting. My background is engineering, so nothing about astronomy or scientific investigation or sort of it, but somehow the engineering allowed me to came here. So I studied civil engineering in Antofagasta city in Chile, and I actually started in a company in a railroad company. So it's a totally different industry. But at some point, I was always interested in the universe and the stars and astronomy and things like that. And as soon as I saw this project just taking shape, I of course applied here and it was selected. So it was really lucky, and yeah. So that's more or less my background, engineering basically.
Yeah, and you work on the maintenance of the antennas, no? Going up,
Exactly.
down, every
Exactly,
day.
maintenance. I started actually during the construction phase.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think there was just one antenna at the Shagnator Plateau. So I went through all the construction stage, which was really interesting and challenging. And then, of course, the opportunity to stay here during the maintenance of the antennas, I took it. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm doing now.
So you've been working in ALMA for how long now?
Oof, almost 11 years.
Oh,
11 years. Amazing. Yeah, you can tell us more about different anecdotes during our
Yeah,
tour
of
now.
course.
Okay. Then Pablo Bello, tell us about your journey to get to ALMA, please.
well, it's kind of similar, but as Pablo mentioned, the engineering allowed me to get this position because I mostly work in mining and also in power generation plants. So, uh, uh, 3 years ago, I started, no, maybe 4 years ago, I started applying to all the different positions that they were available at the time, and sometime
Yeah.
it came the proposition, and I took it because it's really the interest in it has always been there. So
Yeah.
like I mentioned, I applied to several other positions inside Alma until
Mhm.
finally it was the perfect position for me. So I
And where did you study, Pablo? Sorry.
I study in University of Concepcion. I'm a electronics engineer.
Perfect. Perfect. And
Yeah.
you both have the same position in ALMA, or is it
Yes.
different duties?
Yes.
Yeah.
We
You're
have the same position. We are AMG supervisors. We share shift. Most of the shift we share it with Pablo, and yeah, that's it.
Great. So I wanted to know because when I was looking at your pictures in Flickr, that there is a group of ALMA that you upload all the pictures that we've seen, and we will, I don't know if we can share the link for people to join too. I saw that each one of you have different interests, I would say, of the kind of pictures that you take. So if you can tell me a little bit of how was the opening of this interest, in which way took you of the different scenes that we have in ALMA, because there's all kinds, no? The scenery, flora, fauna, the objects in the sky, etc. So tell us a little bit of those interests, please, and how we started with photography. Or both. If you can, I don't know which Pablo wants to start.
maybe I can start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I've been always fascinated with photography since I was a kid, and it was not that difficult for me. I mean, just continue. Arriving here, I just saw the opportunities that were in front of me. Basically, looking at the mountains, the Andes, the environment, the flora, fauna, and everything was. Come on, I need to take photos of everything. It was unavoidable. So. And there's no specific coordination between us. It's basically let's say, an unconscious commitment. So sometimes I see a spectacular pictures from Pablo Bello is taking. So I say, I should have taken a photo of that. Okay, so he did it, so I will do something different. So we try somehow to unconsciously publish different things. So I'm seeing Pablo taking photos of people and activities. Okay, so I'm focused in the flora, fauna, or vice versa. So just to avoid this duplicity of things. But come on, it's impossible not to get astonishing about the environment that we are working on, specifically in the Andean mountains.
Yeah, for me, it was kind of a more conscious decision to focus more on the people and the activities, because we have Pablo and Sergio. They are really technical regarding the astrophotography side of ALMA. So I try not to because I'm also kind of lazy, so I don't like to go out at night to take astrophotography. So I kind of focus more on the people, on the activities. So it was kind of a natural thing, but I also find out that the pictures that I've taken that I like the most are mainly portraits. So it's been natural, and I like it that way. So it's nice. It's a nice way to complement each other's work.
Definitely, yeah, more the human, the technological, and then the astrophysic, or So in your case, Pablo, I noticed that you have a great incline to the transporter too. You have many pictures of the transporter. Pablo Bello. Yeah.
Yes, because it's like I say, it's been for me just been 3 years at ALMA, and still every day that I see that huge machine moving around in very small places with a precision that is just it's just amazing. So I'm kind of attracted by that, and I really like the machine and what it's capable with the help, with the aid of our operators. So yeah, I kind of get attracted to that machine. I like it.
Yeah, definitely, it's impressive. And would you tell us about how do you prepare for the photos, like more the technical ones, the ones that are maybe at during the nighttime and you have to go to the high side? How is that process? How do you prepare with the observatory and with your equipment, and what platform you use to connect, what direction you will take the camera? Please tell us about these specificities. Pablo Carrillo, go ahead.
Okay. Well, there is not such a big preparation for doing this. Of course, I need to. Sometimes I bring my toys just to make a really good pictures, or I'll try to do pictures like the ones that you mentioned. But okay, let's say first of all, we need to agree to, for instance, if we want to go to the high side during the night, we can coordinate that with the authorization from safety. They basically authorize to go in a couple of cars with our co-pilot and things like that, in a very safe, using
For the
all the safety measures, the
yeah,
oxygen and winter
clothing,
clothes when it's winter. Oh, so it's
yeah,
really
very
cold
cold.
at the US, especially during the winter where the Milky Way is rising, and
Yeah,
it's really amazing, but it's really cold. Uh,
that's
yeah,
the
and
winter time, no?
yeah,
When
sometimes people that join us to do this, they say, "Wow, I would like to go." Okay, let's go. And they say, "Okay, once it's okay for me, and not anymore."
yeah, it's the
But
cold and the high altitude, so you're not thinking very
yeah,
straight.
yeah,
It's
exactly. And
difficult.
so we do a previous coordination with safety, of course, and no more than that, because basically we cannot coordinate with what the antennas are doing, because they are doing science. We cannot say, okay, let's stop in that position to take a picture. No, it's impossible.
No,
But we take the chance to make the best picture that we could with our equipment. So basically, there are common DSLR cameras in manual mode with a good tripod and some lighting as well. We do playing with some like painting or things like that, but it's not a fancy equipment that the one that we use. It's a common equipment that everyone can afford.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing of doing this. And of course, there is a sort of post processing just to get the best of the pictures. Sometimes we use, I don't know, trackers just to follow the stars, or things like that. But no more than that actually. That's for the night picture and astrophotography ones, and the other, where they are basically our secondary tool is our camera and or our bag with all the lenses and things that we are carrying always. And as soon as I get a good shot from flora or fauna, we just take it.
Yeah.
there we have some of the images. Who's asking? So those first are from Sergio. There's a guest also that's coming on the next virtual tour. After, I was saying to Nico that we have from the 16th picture, we have from the Pablos. And in your case, Pablo Bello, how do you prepare for the pictures? You can tell us.
Basically, for the pictures at AOS at night, it's like Pablo mentioned. We just take our pictures, take our clothes, our winter clothes, a lot of coffee, and one tripod. And the thing is that the sky is so clear that we don't need nothing fancier than that to get a nice picture. So it's basically that for the night pictures at AOS. For everyday pictures, just always keep your camera with you. So that's our main preparation. Always
Yeah,
bring your
definitely.
camera along. Yeah.
Something you will encounter that will be amazing for a picture. Yeah, those are your Pablo Carrillo.
Yeah, that's where it was a photographic moment, incredible. And was the
Beautiful.
Vizcacha man with the little one. So wow, so those things that you can just see it somewhere, and
Yeah.
just if you are with your camera, and usually when you are not with your camera, the best moments happen. So
Yeah.
you just what
Yeah.
happens? Why did I put my camera and everything? Yeah, and those are astrophotography ones, just basically using the telescope that we have
Yeah,
on
that's what
site.
I wanted to ask you. If we can stop a little bit about the telescopes that we saw in the image there. Which kind are those, so people can know? And what kind of equipment have each one of you? You can tell the viewers.
Yeah, those
Pablo
telescopes
Bello.
are Pablo. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Sorry.
For astrophotography, I don't have any gear at all.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
maybe
just have my
I
DSLR
can
camera.
explain a
Those
little
those
bit.
telescopes are from ALMA. There's
Yeah.
no doubt. So for Astro, I just use my tripod, my DSLR, and that's it. That's it, because the skies are so clear, so that uh, we can make some great pictures just with that. But
Okay.
Pablo is knows more about
Yeah,
the
he knows.
telescopes. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically these two telescopes, one is a reflector, 8 inches Orion reflector telescope with the auto tracking, which is really helpful and easy to manage. And the other one is a Cassegrain telescope. Each telescope can be mounted and distinctly in every mount. So and the good thing of this one is you can just take your DSLR and mount it in the telescope. So you can basically use the telescope as a huge lens. And that's the nice things of this one. So you can, that's why you can just take the pictures as the one that you show a little bit earlier, like the Orion Nebula and all the stuff. I took it with these ones.
Yes, it's the next one. The next ones are the Astro Photos. If Nico can help us showing. There it is. So this, what it is, Pablo? You said?
Yeah. This is the
What are we?
Orion Nebula in
Mhm.
the constellation of Orion, of course. And I think I took this with the reflector telescope. You can see this nice cross shape of the stars that is usually a feature of the reflector telescopes. Yeah.
And in your case, what kind of camera do you use, and what, if you can tell people how
Yeah,
they
I
take
just
this
have a really old, one of the first mirrorless cameras that actually is this one. It's very tiny, really good for using. I mean, carrying in your bag and everything. Now has some, uh, let's say, a big lens mounted on it, but the camera it indeed is really small and cheap. So it's
Mhm,
not a fancy camera. It's a Sony A6000.
mhm. Perfect. And in this image, what are we looking at? What did you took here?
This one I think is it's in a galaxy, but I don't remember its name. Sculptor. I think it's Sculptor Galaxy. And it has a
Mhm.
really nice globular cluster in the lower part, which is a group of star forming. Yeah, that also was taken with these huge, well, not huge, but big telescopes mounted in our cameras.
Mhm.
Yeah, usually these
And
pictures are the astrophoto pictures are, let's about 1 minute of exposure, roughly 1 or 2 minutes exposure time, and the tracking of the device allow us just to take the sharpness of those pictures. This is different. This is a picture taken with just with the camera and a lens,
mhm.
and it's really nice opportunity because there is a lot of things I really don't remember. I think, of course, the moon, the brightest one, and the upper part I think was Jupiter. On the left was the ISS crossing nearby the comet Leonard. So it was a wow, spectacular moment just to take a picture of it. Of course, I prepared it in advance because this nice
Yeah,
cell phone applications tells you when the ISS is going to pass through your specific GPS location and so on, so you can prepare a picture. Yeah, this is the Leonard comet.
that's a little. And which app do you use? Maybe
I
people
think
will.
Stellarium, the
Yeah.
mobile Stellarium app, really handy and useful.
Yeah, yeah, that one is beautiful. The Leonard Comet, so nice. Yeah, the rainbow. I
Yeah,
really like this
Bolivian
one.
winter, Pablo. I think you should talk about the Bolivian winter here.
Yeah, go
Please
ahead.
come on.
Um, I'm getting used to that. Just yes, yeah. It's beautiful, but it's also frightening sometimes. Yeah, when the storm starts and you feel like they're getting closer to you. Yeah, it's something to test your faith. When the electrical storms pass near us. Yeah, it's something to 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 be scared, and also to admire, because it's really beautiful. We have the snow there, So it's something that I'm getting used to yet. I'm not there yet, but I will. It's because it's just been 3 years, but one complete in pandemic. So I'm getting used to that. To the Bolivian winter.
It's very harsh. Yeah,
Yeah.
very difficult. So in that case of the other pictures that we were mentioning, you use that app and also the tracking system that you said with the telescope, no?
Yeah, that allow us to get this long exposure timing.
Mhm.
1 or 2, even up to 5 minutes of exposure. You can easily use this tracking device. Really nice too for astrophotography.
So we have some comments of the people that are watching us now. Ana María, who says saludos. Gracias por su trabajo de difusión. Ana María, thanks Pablo Carrillo. Natacha saying, this is so fascinating, watching from Montreal. Thank you for this. Ana María is also talking to you, Pablo Carrillo, saying, you helped my work and today there are many students who follow you. Oh, that's amazing.
Excelente. Good, Ana María.
Yeah, Adrian Maldut is talking here. He's saying, hi, Pablo and Thais.
Hey, Adrian. Good to see
Adrian,
you.
I remember him. He went up to the high sites.
Yeah, he can spend a really good moment with him.
Yeah.
We don't have the Aurora Borealis here, Adrian, but yeah, there's some other fascinating spots.
Well, that image that we're watching is actually a video that I don't know if it was attached. I don't think so, but that's the kind of scenery that we have at the Chagnantor Plateau. It's very strong winds and the snow blowing is crazy.
Yeah, you took that with Fabiola, isn't it, Pablo? Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were up together.
Yeah.
And I think Fabiola took this. I mean, it was completely amazing. It was a high wind that throws all the snow that probably falls the night before. Yeah, I don't know what we were doing up there. Maybe just taking this picture and that's it. Huh?
You were escaping at that moment.
Yeah, maybe they were going up. I remember.
Your work is very important for those who follow science, and you also do it with a lot of professionalism. That's very nice.
Yeah, thanks.
She's listening from Israel, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Jorge Gallardo asks, hi, only curious, why do they speak in English if the three are Chilean speak Spanish? Because we're having a virtual tour in English, and then we're having another one in Spanish. Okay, so you can watch us after at 4 p.m. It will be the next one.
Yeah, actually, a good answer for that, Thais, is that as an international endeavor, the official language here is just English. Yeah, people from all over the world came here to work together. I mean, the only way just to do this in a reasonable way is just speaking English.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Well, that image is impressive. How did you take this one?
Yeah, this is the one just using no tracking or nothing, just a tripod and the camera, but taking pictures, several of them for, let's say, maybe 1 or 2 hours. And a lot of picture of, let's say, 10 seconds ish, merging together in this fascinating star trail effect. That is really nice. So you can actually see in the central part of the antenna how the South Pole is located, that all the stars rotates about the South Pole. Yeah, the star trail is a really nice thing. It takes time, but the results are amazing.
Yeah, it's really amazing. I think we have other pictures we're showing. And I wanted to ask you if you have any like special image that you've taken throughout these years and the favorite one really. And if you could tell us in that picture, how did you take it and just give an example for people to take a picture similar to that one? Like you're very proud of that, you know?
Check. Oh, yes. I know there's one with a Milky Way and an antenna. That's
Mhm.
my favorite, the one that I am most proud of. Also, that one I like. That is
Yeah, you
probably
have very nice ones. That one is,
that
yeah.
one. I like
Yeah,
it also.
those are Pablo's. Yeah,
Yes,
they are
yes.
really
I
cool.
remember
How the
that.
people is looking like astronauts or things like that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I try to show the people and how how are the conditions for working there. What our teams face every storm that we have. We have to go and make these checks before we deliver the antennas back to science. So it was a kind of a nice way to show and to show our appreciation for the work that the guides made up there in such a harsh condition.
Mm.
That was
Yeah.
with my pocket camera. We
Yeah,
were
that's picture
on our way
cool.
back. Yeah, that
Wow,
it's
look at
also
that.
Yeah,
yeah,
that one is
that's
amazing.
beautiful. That is
That
beautiful.
one
It's
is
also with
very,
my pocket camera, with my handheld camera. This is marvelous. It's a really nice camera. It's a Ricoh GR3 street photography edition. I bought it a few months ago, and I really like it because you can have it in your pocket, have it anywhere. So I really like that. In the image quality is just great. It's great. It's an APS-C sensor. It has a 28 millimeter lens, and really great for everyday carriage.
oh,
Also
great.
with this one, yes,
The same camera. Yeah, that
yes,
one is so beautiful. The shadow
yes, yes. It's nice. It's a nice picture.
silhouette.
Also with my no, this one is with my main shooter. This is a Sony Alpha 7 with the 135 millimeters f 2.0. It's the same Pablo has. He's a
Yeah,
rocking on this one.
actually,
It's
it's
great
really
lens for the
funny.
price.
It's really funny how it looks. The lens compared with the camera.
Yeah,
It's a tiny one with a huge
Yeah,
thing. So, yeah.
not very proportionate.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is one of my first photos at Alma. Yeah, that was in
Yeah.
2019. I remember in February. That was with my old camera and my old Sigma lenses, 200 millimeters, 3.5. That's a nice picture. That is
Very
Juan Carlos Rojas and Manuel Acevedo, mechanical technician, inspecting
And they're
the
with the
body.
NAND lift. What are they doing there? Because some people don't know.
Yeah, they're making an inspection of the exapoc legs and the to check if we still have snow there. That was
Mhm.
after a snow event at the US. Yeah,
Ah, okay, perfect. That one is so good. that's, that's Pablo
that is your work.
Carrillo jumping on the bike.
Yeah, we were working, okay?
Yeah, we're working there.
Yeah.
We're getting paid to do that. that is Pablo. I took that also with my 135 millimeters lens and the Sony Alpha 7. It's a nice picture.
It's very nice. Those some
Oh,
of your
yes,
astrophysics.
yes, that's some of
Astronomical.
my first attempts at astrophotography. That was also with mostly help and setting up by Pablo. I just clicked, because there's there's not that as simple as Pablo make it sound. There's a lot of preparation that you need to do on the gear with the software and with the tracking part of the system. So
Mhm.
it's a little bit more than just click. So thanks, Pablo, for preparing that shot.
Yeah, I do remember this when we were playing together
Yeah,
with your camera. Yeah.
really nice.
But well, for people to know, you take these pictures not from the high site. It's really
No, no.
from the base camp, no?
Yeah,
And
yes.
how long do you take in preparing that? Like taking the telescope, installing, and just programming.
An hour.
Maybe an
An hour?
hour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
an
Yeah.
hour to set
an
up
hour and a
everything.
half. Yes.
Perfect. I remember that once you took a screen so we can look at it directly, like a big screen. that you put it on the telescope. Remember, Pablo?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, the camera has an HDMI port, and that port can be connected to a TV screen. I mean, this smart TVs or whatever. And what you are looking in your camera can be seen directly on the TV, which is really handy for people meet together and don't have to see the photo every one of them in the camera, which is really annoying and time consuming. So you can show them all the pictures that you are taking, which is really nice.
Right away. Yes, very nice. So going back to the question that I did earlier, your favorite picture, the most proud you are of, if you can tell us how you took it and the process, and if you have it shared or not, maybe some that you haven't shared.
Yeah, I think I shared it, but it's in my Flickr.
Yeah, from my side, I think, I couldn't, I'm just remember something, but I couldn't choose one. But I think the one of the Bolivian winter lightning storm. I mean, there's a couple of or 3 or 4 pictures in the Flickr. It was a really huge and really harsh lightning storm at the OSF at the base camp. And those lightning were hitting the Atacama
I
salt flats.
remember. Yes, I remember those.
Yeah, I mean, that was an amazing moment. And basically, they were just lightnings hitting the ground every, I don't know, 10 seconds or maybe 5 seconds. So I just leave my camera open for about 30 seconds, and I was able to catch 3 or 4 lightnings all together. And it was necessary to do any post-processing because all of them just hit the same spot in intervals of 5 seconds. And you say, wow.
Oh, amazing. That's difficult to catch.
Yeah, because they were too many. I mean, yeah, maybe Nico can just find them, but I think those were the most impressive one that I have taken so far.
Here it is. I think I found it. Let me see if I share it. Share screen. Do you see anything? Not yet, no?
No.
Okay. Not now?
Nope.
Sorry. Okay, but let's go with you, Pablo Bello. Which is your favorite one? In the meantime, that we arrange this.
I have two favorites now that I come to think about it. One is a little video that I made with all the staff that were working at the AOS when we started the recovery process, the RTO, the Hidden Smiles. That it turns out to be really emotional. And I really like the portraits that I made. There's portraits for, I don't know, maybe 20 of the staff members, and it was beautiful because you can actually see the smiles of the people behind the mask, and that's what the original idea, to show that the commitment and the effort that the guys, every one of us, we were making to get back the observatory at operation.
Running again. Yeah.
Huh? That was my favorite because, I'm not crying, you're crying, you know.
No, it was really emotional video, Pablo. So it was really well made.
Really
you
nice,
see the smiles in people's eyes, actually. So it was really nice.
Yes,
that's
because that was
important at this time.
Come again?
That is very beautiful and important at this time.
Yes,
you know?
It was
Supporting each other and smiling throughout the difficulties.
Yes, just weather and difficulty to travel, leave your family with all the uncertainty about COVID-19. It was rough times.
Here.
And the other one is this one. No, I don't know if you remember that one.
Ah, yeah, yeah. I
That is the
selected
other
that
one.
one too, but I was
Yeah.
not able to put it because it's vertical, so it's more beautiful. That was
Yes.
one of your first ones, or just after training more of the lens?
No, it was maybe our second or third night with Pablo outside in the backyard. And actually, that lens belongs to Pablo, because that is why it's so cropped. The picture is so cropped because it's an APS-C lens, and my camera is a full frame, so I have to remove all the vignetting that it makes because the lens is smaller than the sensor. So it was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun also. Remember, we were with astronomer that night.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
also have
exactly.
we have
That's the picture, Pablo
that is
That's one
Carrillo.
of them. Yeah,
That's
that's
one of
one
them.
of them. Yeah, and there were, yes, truly amazing. So that picture basically is, I think, 30-second, with the camera just being the aperture for the 30 seconds, and just hits all of these lightings that you are looking at that one.
Incredible. Yeah, and that's not photoshopped.
No, 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 no. I mean,
How we look
it
at
was
the
lucky,
storm, how it
just
is
luck,
there.
and that's it.
Yeah. It's really a spectacle what happens there.
yeah.
Natasha saying fantastic photos. Wow. Great photos. Amazing. Love the stars and the universe.
I
Thank you for
haven't been
all
able
that
to.
you're doing. And we have another question from Marcelo. Will public visits be back in 2022? For now, at least, we don't have any official answer about that. Maybe it could be a possibility during the second semester, but it will all depend on how COVID measures are improving. So we'll see. But for now, at least, it's not open for visitors. Angelo Bisigali. Hi, worked in the past in Thales for the first 16th interferometer delivery to Atacama. He's asking if Pablo is working again. Pablo Carrillo. Do you know him, Pablo Carrillo?
Angelo, probably. Sorry, Angelo, if I just don't remember.
Yeah. He's asking if you're working back again. Yeah, but many just people saying great photos, great pictures, thank you. And I think that we'll show the video that you were talking about, Pablo Bello, about the smiles. If Nico can help us with that before we finish. And the last question that I had actually is that if any particular astronomical event that is coming that you're preparing for taking pictures this upcoming months?
During these days,
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Or
just
any project that you have?
the rising of the Galaxy Center, which is
Okay,
already rising
that's
at
right.
4 a.m. 4 a.m. I think, Chilean local time.
Mhm.
So now we can see the Milky Way and the Galaxy Center again. So pretty
Yeah,
excited to start taking pictures.
that's amazing. Great. Well, if you want to say any other words to our audience, and we will
Yeah,
start
I mean,
finishing.
last minute, I also have a last minute pictures that I took when I was coming from AOS this morning. So
Yeah.
they are really brand new. If you want to have a look, let's see
Ah,
Pablo's.
there it is. The video.
Yeah, there is
There
it.
it is.
Wow.
Nico. The hidden smiles. so nice, really.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
really beautiful.
Thanks. I really like that video. Yeah, I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, and,
Very
and as you
special.
said, it was so emotional because we were
Yes.
just coming back from a large period of not seeing each other, and we
Yeah.
start working together. And yeah, it was really nice.
Very beautiful. So Pablo Carrillo, you were saying that you took some
Yeah,
pictures
yeah.
coming down,
So just a couple of pictures. Just I took
fresh
on the
ones.
way back. So I don't know. Can you see it?
Not yet. We're
Not
not.
yet.
Ah, there it is.
There it
Oh,
There.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Ah,
this
the
is a
baby.
baby vicuña that I think have, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 days born with his mom or her mom, sorry,
That's so
and
beautiful.
had a, I don't know, it was his brother or sister, or
Yes.
were two moms with their babies, and they were just besides
Oh,
by the road. Were really cute, so I just couldn't not take a picture.
yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for
great.
sharing and thank you for joining us today, guys. It was really nice.
Our pleasure.
And it's really nice to learn how is your process, your thought process too, to take these pictures and how involved and passionate you are. So keep doing it because you really amaze us, especially me. Also, I'm not going to the site, so I live through your pictures too. It's very nice. And I don't know if you want to close with any words too, so we can start finishing the tour, our talk.
Yeah, you're welcome. We will try to continue doing this. I mean, I love to share what I'm seeing daily, working, not working, the surroundings, everything. So yeah, count on me for the next days and period. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Pablo.
I also want to say that and also want to say that we are really lucky of the place that we work. We have the spectacular wildlife, we have the landscape, we have the machines, we have the people, we have the antenna, the stars. So it's for me it's a pleasure to share it with everyone who's interested. So also count on me for these kind of events whenever you need it, Thais and Nico.
Yeah, thank you so much, both of you, Pablos. Okay, so we say goodbye to everyone that's watching. Thank you for joining us today, too. I hope that you enjoyed watching all these amazing pictures of these two guys. Um, they're very good at what they do. Okay, so bye bye, and we'll see you next at 4 p.m. with the Espanol virtual tour.
Okay.
Ciao.
Bye
Bye
guys.
bye.
Thanks.